Which 1521 decree made Martin Luther an outlaw in the Holy Roman Empire? A. Edict of Worms. Which 1973 accord ended direct U.S. combat in the Vietnam War? B. Paris Peace Accords. Which West African empire was ruled by Mansa Musa in the 14th century? A. Mali Empire. Which 1876 battle saw Lakota and Cheyenne defeat Custer's 7th Cavalry? C. Little Bighorn. Which 1967 conflict reshaped Middle East borders in just 6 days? Feeling confident? Give a like. C. Six-Day War. What was the first permanent English settlement in North America? B. Jamestown. Who issued the 313 CE Edict of Milan, granting religious freedom in Rome? B. Constantine the Great. Which 1840 agreement made New Zealand a British colony? A. Waitangi. Time to level up. What was the first spacecraft to land safely on Mars? C. Viking 1. Which empire built the 25,000-mile Andean road system Kapak Nyan? A. Inca Empire. Which 1993 treaty officially created the European Union? B. Maastricht Treaty. The 1453 fall of which city ended the Byzantine Empire? C. Constantinople. Which Chinese dynasty invented movable type printing in the 11th century? B. Song Dynasty. What Mongol name was given to their Yuan capital, today's Beijing? A. Khanbaliq. Which war ended in 1905 with the Treaty of Portsmouth, boosting Japan's status? B. Russo-Japanese War. Which 1842 treaty ceded Hong Kong Island to Britain after the First Opium War? B. Treaty of Nanking. Which 1900 uprising in China targeted foreign embassies and missionaries? A. Boxer Rebellion. Which 1974 Portuguese revolt toppled the Estado Novo without bloodshed? C. Carnation Revolution. Which culture etched the giant desert geoglyphs? C. Nazca culture. Which 1883 treaty ended the War of the Pacific and left Bolivia landlocked? A. Treaty of Ancon. Let's see how smart you really are. Which South American leader is famed as El Libertador? Simon Bolivar. Which civilization recorded data using knotted strings known as quipu? B. Inca Empire. Which 1816 eruption caused the global year without a summer? Mount Tambora. Who led the 1804 Haitian revolt that created the first Black Republic? C. Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Which pharaoh promoted Aten as Egypt's sole god, replacing old deities? It's A. Akhenaten. Which Khmer king commissioned Angkor Wat in the 12th century? A. Suryavarman II. Who wrote A Vindication of the Rights of Woman in 1792? B. Mary Wollstonecraft. Which 1857 Indian uprising began with sepoys mutinying in Meerut? It's A. Indian Rebellion. Which Baltic state first left the USSR on 11 March 1990? B. Lithuania. Which 1979 crisis began with students seizing the U.S. Embassy in Tehran? C. Iran hostage crisis. Which 1955 Indonesian conference launched the non-aligned movement? C. Bandung Conference. Who became the first woman PM of a Muslim-majority nation in 1988? B. Benazir Bhutto. Which European university, founded in 1088, is the continent's oldest? B. University of Bologna. Who led the 1949 revolution that founded the People's Republic of China? A. Mao Zedong. Final round. Who founded the International Red Cross in 1863? B. Henry Dunant. Which 1868 clash sparked Japan's Meiji Restoration? B. Toba Fushimi. Which 1993 accords gave Palestinians self-rule in Gaza and West Bank? A. Oslo Accords. Which city hosted the 1920 Olympics to honor war-ravaged Belgium? B. Antwerp. Who led the 1930 Salt March against British rule in India? C. Mahatma Gandhi. Which 1917 declaration backed a Jewish national home in Palestine? Post your total in the comments and challenge a friend. D. Balfour Declaration.